Welcome to Anunnaki Oracle Priestess. I'm Teresa. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded to the channel. I've been doing some lives here and there, and I've been very active on Modern Mystic Messages, but I'm getting back in the swing of things. I just wanted to come by, show a little love. I've been having to take care of some of my own spiritual issues, so I do thank you for your patience, family. But we're going to get into a message for today. Oh, by the way, I also am now on TikTok at modern.mystic.messages. There will be completely different messages going up on TikTok. So if you miss a reading here, or the uploads aren't coming fast enough for you here, there will also be content for you available on Modern Mystic Messages, so just so you're aware. But family, as I was getting ready to do this reading, I wanted to do the thumbnail, so I pulled a couple of cards, quote unquote, at random. We know there is no such thing as random, but the cards that came out of these two decks for me was take charge. You're being asked, it says you're taking a back seat in a relationship or a situation. It may end up costing you time, money, or opportunity. You need to step up and regain control again. And it also came here with the regeneration card. And I mean, that's, it's literally like Spirit is telling you that whatever this is that you're allowing resistance for is actually holding up your rebirth. The message here for this regeneration card in the guidebook, I did want to take a look just to make sure I wasn't missing something that I needed to. The essential meanings, of course, are rebirth, second chances, and new opportunities. But the Oracle's message is second chances are available to you now. Whatever opportunities you thought were dead are now revived in a more authentic, stronger form. Whatever you may have perceived as a failure or loss is now being replaced by something better and more powerful growing in its place. This rebirth is assured. Step into your new life. Destiny is being fulfilled in wondrous ways. However, Spirit says that at the moment, you're taking a little bit of a back seat in a situation, in a relationship. There's something that you need to give more attention to and be a little more assertive about because it is affecting this. So let's look a little deeper into the cards and see what we get. Advice from the Akashic cards, as well as looking into the tarot, and see where we go. Break free. You're being asked to break free from the tribe in order to live your authentic life. This isn't easy, but it's very necessary. You're going to share your true, if you're going to share your true self with others, it's very necessary for you to do this. Spirit says, be brave, be real, and trust that those who love you will always be there for you. Whether it's the people that you came here with and are currently associated with or not, that's one of the things that we have to be aware of very often as we level up spiritually. This card, I think that card or something very similar to it came out in TikTok's message today as well. Look, family is very often, especially in this within the spiritual journey, family becomes what you make and what you find. It's very often not about those that you in the DNA pool with, so to speak. And very often friendships change, they will go by the wayside, new friends will come in because as your energy is changing, not everybody's going to come along with you. And that's a good thing because if some of us came through some pretty rough energies, observations, ways of being, our way of thinking, and because of our imbalanced energy, we manifested some, in some cases, some pretty raggedy energies in our life. Look at here. Walk away. You're wasting your precious energy on something that will not bear fruit. It's time to turn your attention to things more aligned to your soul purpose. Yeah, and we had difficult road here, spirit of perseverance, being prepared for great things, walking the hard path in life. So spirit is recognizing, acknowledging the fact that it has not been easy, but we're in the process of changing some things here for the better. So allow that metamorphosis to happen. I want to take a look, but well, you know what? Yeah, I want to take a look at this one first. because these are kind of sort of Akashic in nature as well before we get into the others. Watching, spying, family foundation, and stability and flow. Yeah. This is something that goes right down to your core, whether it's friends, family, romantic partners, something. There's something in this situation. They got their eyes on you. They're gathering intel on you, keeping tabs, trying to figure you out. Because here's the thing: very often, especially if it's karmic soulmates that you're dealing with, family members, soulmates, co-workers, it doesn't matter. Very often, they see who you are spiritually even before you do. You're still stuck in imposter syndrome. They know you kind of destined for greatness, and you don't think that you're making progress because you just feel like you just the same old you, but you have no idea, and they do see it. Ah, yeah, they see what you had it for. This Wheel of Fortune card here, this Fate Fortune. You're closing a karmic cycle. There's some divine intervention here and divine detours here. Just, oh, yeah, a lot of them do want to come forth and ask forgiveness. And listen, I get it. Some of these people in there are so dirty that we don't even want to give them forgiveness. You may need to do that. Now, I ain't saying you got to go look them up, but very often they will find you. I can't tell you how many folks done look me up 10, 15. I've even had somebody find me 30 years later. I ain't even thought about them no more. Never thought I'd see that person again or talk to them. And they found me on Facebook begging my forgiveness. Oh, trust me, she did me dirty and owed me an apology, but I wasn't looking for that. But it was eating her alive. Karma been chasing that woman for 30 years. Not just mine. I'm not saying I'm the be all end all, but she knew she needed to get some things straight in her life and she wanted forgiveness. And honestly, forgiveness is for you. It ain't even for them. So yeah, forgive them and then love them from way across town. They don't have to be back in your life just because you forgive them. Yep, weighing things out, there is a karma balance here. They want to make things right, and you can grant them that. You don't have to let them back in your life. But sometimes the forgiveness allows their mind to ease enough to get them out of your energy space, because a lot of them be inadvertently still throwing evil eye and shade because they're thinking about you. You are living rent free in their head, and as a result they're still focused on your energy. And I'm not saying it's going to keep you from what you got coming to you, but sometimes, especially if we're really sensitive to energy and they were people that we really cared about, it can put a bit of a hitch in your giddy up. So yeah, forgive them and keep on about your business. And what's going to happen after that? Union. There's soulmate energy here. Now, whether that's a romantic union or meeting up with soul tribe, soul family, it doesn't even matter. Once you get this other raggedy energy out of your system and find that balance and stability, the energy will shift because you've been steadily, whether you realize it or not, your awakening and ascension path puts you on a situation where your vibration is rising bit by bit. But Spirit says that something's going to come where you can see this visible shift. It's coming to you soon. Let us see what may else be sitting out here that we need to look at. Ooh, that shot right up and out. Milk and honey. Okay. Higher power. Look, higher power is trying to take you to this milk and honey type situation. It's getting ready to get nice for you. There is divine intervention here. Community, fresh soul family coming in. The fates are intervening on your behalf. Wow. I love that. I love that, love that, love that. I'm interested to see now what's going on over here. What's it just flipped over? Not only are you a miracle, one is on its way to you. Mm-hmm. And it's judgment day for your energy. Judgment day for your enemies. Look, you don't even have to call down judgment on. I told somebody the other day, I was like, you can go ahead on and forgive them and all that and then let it go. Because here's the thing, you want to be all peace and love and light and hug a tree and kumbaya and ultra positive and all the rest of that. Your ancestors, oh, they petty as hell. And depending on who these people are and what they did, they will be answering for what's going on. Look at here, deja vu. You might be seeing that come out or seeing a lot of deja vu. You got light worker energy here, black sheep energy here. You are God's ambassador here, earth angel and healer. You do have a big mission on earth. So that is kind of cool to see. Let me look over here. Yep, mature soul. This is about your spiritual leveling up. That's why we saw that difficult energy, that breaking free energy with regeneration. That is exactly what this is about. This is about your spiritual rebirth. Ooh, soul purpose here, soul birthing process, discovering your soul purpose, unfolding your unique abilities. And for some of us, it encourages you to learn about this path to intimacy, becoming more in tune with an adjusted, new, more spiritual attitude towards intimacy and sexuality, a return to the sacred through the divine masculine and divine feminine. That's going to be important for a lot of you, especially if you're calling in a divine counterpart, because that's something that the world, it, it's a large part of of some folks' spiritual missions to basically be teaching a return of sacred sexuality into humanity, because people have been so programmed for the profane that we have to come back to the divine and the sacred. We just do. Lucky star energy is here, born with good luck, things coming out naturally. So it may not have looked like that to you before, but that's where you're headed for. That is exactly where you're headed for. Let's grab a little tarot, shall we? 5 of Pentacles. What I said, it looked like you may not have been able to see something was holding you up. This that'll do it. 5 of Pentacles. That's it can either be a lack mentality or actual lack. Sometimes this card represents actual poverty, lack, financial issues. Sometimes it has something to do with who we've been around. The 6 of Cups usually talks about nostalgia. Most people look at nostalgia in a pleasant way, but there is a little bit of angst in this too for many of us, especially the chosen, the black sheep, the light workers. A lot of us have come through a pretty rough road, so there is a little bit of a snag in 6 of Cup energies, if you will. It basically looks back to a need to do inner child work, to heal your inner child. A lot of us kind of closed the wall off to our trauma in the past and left the inner child locked away back there. We have to go back and get them. Yep. This is about your justice, your spiritual justice, your karmic justice. 3 of Wands. Oh, nice. 3 of Wands is here indicating energy moving towards it. The 3 of Wands is kind of, you've put the idea out there. Now you're looking for your ships to come in. It's indicating movement towards it. It's already out there. There's an expectation of harvest in the 3 of Wands, and it came here with the World and the Ace of Swords. So it's definitely on the way for sure. This is part of, like I said, spiritual court didn't happen. And it's been determined that this 5 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups thing, yeah, it served its purpose for a time, but that's ending for you. We got the World, the Ace of Swords. What's coming out of this World and the Ace of Swords, Spirit? Ooh, Tower and the 9 of Wands. Yep. You've been so patient and so resilient. And I'm not saying you ain't supposed to hang on because you're never supposed to give up. But part of the reason you had to be so resilient was because you were hanging on to things that you really had no business hanging on to. And Spirit is going to help you turn that loose. If you don't turn it loose, Spirit will help you. It's not always comfortable, but hey, we sometimes we have to do that. Usually, I look. The tower is quite literally Spirit bring tearing something down. Look, Three of Swords energy there. You got to go back through and deal with that. It is often painful, but it is breaking something down so that it can rebuild something better. Six of Swords is here, leading from rough waters to calmer waters. Knight of Wands is here. That's literally somebody kind of moving forth. I don't want I the phrase bright eyed and bushy tail comes to mind, but the Knight of Swords is very take charge, knows what they want. Not swords. The Knight of Swords is definitely that. That's a communicator. But the Knight of Wands is moving forward with those ideas energetically. We got Ten of Cups energy with Ten of Pentacles energy right behind it. Coming off the bottom of the deck with the Nine of Pentacles, that luxury, and the Star. What? Oh my goodness. And at the top, y'all, at the top of the deck, the King of Pentacles is here with the Magician and the Hangman and the Ace of Wands. Congratulations. You ain't seen this coming, but that don't mean it ain't coming just because you ain't seen it. You need to let it in. Wow, Destiny is here. This is Wheel of Fortune energy again, right at the split. Mmm. Somebody been meditating and bringing a spiritual union into being. I'm seeing it there. Hold on, let me see. Okay, what was here? Well, we're back with this Nine of Wands energy. You were suffering in silence. You were. It wasn't comfortable. We get that part. This transformation, regeneration is here. Transformation, that's the same type energy. This is death, rebirth. This is like death card energy. That is a transformation and rebirth coming in for you, leading to Six of Pentacles, material prosperity type energy. We have, temperance energy, balance. The Two of Wands, so it has been a minute. You feeling stuck? You ain't stuck. This is not stuck. You may have had somebody deliberately trying to make you feel stuck, or it may just be stuck in your head. You may have felt trapped in the past, but you're going to get out of that because you also have this Chariot energy here. This is triumph along with the universe, world energy, magician energy, and the Six of Swords again with the Hierophant. Wow. And fulfillment of wishes, Nine of Cups. Wow, wow, wow. You've been in this survival mode. This base chakra energy is here, but this spiritual union came back. This is Two of Cups, y'all. And victory and success, Six of Wands. So yeah, this is really, really, really nice. Really nice energy. I don't need to go no deeper in the deck than that. It again, it you don't quite see it just yet, but please do not let that deter you, because when I tell you Spirit is working on something on your behalf. Oh, that's interesting. This deck was, I already had this deck over here, but this was hitchhiking on another deck. Patience and planning. Patience and planning. This is the time while you're waiting for it to come into being. Do pay attention to your thoughts, your ideas. Go into the vortex. That daydreaming energy, that is good spiritual work when you're manifesting it in a wait time, because it keeps you from one. Don't do it with a notice to it isn't here yet. Just go in, look like you're putting in the fine, like you're fine tuning your order with the universe. Do that. Place yourself in your dream house. And man, sit there and feel what it would feel like. Don't pay attention to what's in your bank account right now. Look at what it would feel like if it were where you exactly wanted to be. Live. What is it? Neville Goddard talks about living in the wish fulfilled. That do that. Life is an expression of you. Life is more than existing. Like I said, you are a powerful creator. You better get to knowing it. You're being called into service. Believe in your own guidance. It says it's safe to let go. You're surrounded by love. What does your heart want? Be free to manifest your heart's desires. Wow. And believe in your power to manifest. Breathe your creation into existence. This is exactly what we're talking about. I want to close out the reading here with a light worker card for you because that feels like it just feels kind of appropriate. Unplug from Mass Consciousness was at the split, but we're going to see what actually comes out of the deck for you. A 44 card just came out, and then Life Path. Interesting. Let's see where we go with that. You know what? I'm just feeling like one more wants to come, so we're gonna do it. I'm gonna be obedient. There it go. Yep. All right. So the first one that came out here was Seventh Ray of Ritual, Order, and Ceremony. So let's take a look at that, shall we? We'll cover her up because her tatas is. When the gift of the seventh ray enters your life, something new is being formed, something that will benefit your world. There may be an increased interest in magic, ceremony, and ritual for healing purposes. Resonating with high frequency violet light and the archangel Zadkiel, the seventh ray also helps transmute energy from lower to higher frequency. It is a spiritual cleansing agent that allows the truth of spiritual freedom, empowerment, and choice to be seen and felt, restoring hope and joy to the heart. You may want to do some work with the violet flame. Maybe find some violet flame guided meditations or violet flame frequency music. You may want to look up Archangel Zadkiel and Saint Germain because those are that is the angel and the ascended master that are primarily. Oh, it was 2222 when I said that. That are primarily concerned with the violet flame. Yeah, and then we have 20, which is life path. Do you wonder about making sure. Do you wonder about your divine life path and purpose? You have been enrolled in spiritual training. This training might be obvious in the form of a course you're undertaking or hidden in a life lesson that is currently triggering your healing, learning, or growth. Whether it is obvious or not, successfully completing this training will empower you to fulfill your divine purpose this lifetime. Further clarity will be revealed to you. The universe promises that you shall know what you need at the perfect time and in a way that you cannot miss. You are in spiritual training for a divine mission that serves your soul development and spiritual growth while simultaneously helping others. It will help you express your spiritual purpose this lifetime. At times, your training may be aligned with study or applying your skills in ways that seem more obviously aligned with a spiritual path. At other times, your spiritual training may be disguised in ordinary life circumstances. If you're unsure of what you're meant to be learning, of exactly how you are in spiritual training at the moment, look to the situations in your life that are causing you the most trouble. This is where you will find your training taking place. The struggle is the place where holding on is competing with letting go. It is, however, nothing to be ashamed of. A growth edge where you are doing the inner work of growing into more peace, trust, and love is a sign that you're certainly growing. It isn't comfortable. Sometimes it might cause fatigue and even a feeling of defeat, yet you shall not give up. You shall continue, and in time you shall triumph with a feeling of peace, resolution, and wisdom. And then, last but certainly not least, we have 39 divine talents. You are a talented soul. Over many lifetimes, you have developed your spiritual abilities to channel higher awareness, attract energy, be attract healing energy, and radiate light to uplift the consciousness of those around you. Your divine talents are many and uniquely expressed through you. Your talents do not have to resemble those of another to have their own inestimable value. Do not be afraid to use them. Absolutely. And that, dear ones, is your message. So hold your head up. It is on the way. It has been difficult, no doubt. But there's a little something that you got to walk away from, break free from, get your mind wrapped around the idea of moving forward without, so to speak. But once you do that, you'll see this regeneration and rebirth is happening. It will continue to line up for you. I appreciate your time here. If you benefited from from the reading, please don't hesitate. Please do give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you have not, and of course, share it with anybody else who could use this encouraging message or who you think it will resonate with. And do look for me on my other channel as well, Modern Mystic Messages. We live stream 2 to 3 times a week in the evenings, around 8 o'clock in the evenings, typically Sunday. It has been, I was kind of looking at Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but it will probably be like Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, I'm guessing, at this point, here out for the live streams. But if you subscribe to the channel and set for notifications, you'll see when we do go live, we get into discussions of the ancient text and scripture. And it's a different kind of Bible study that we're doing right now, but I think you'll enjoy it. Until next time, family, thank you so much for joining me. Peace and blessings to you. I love you. Namaste.